Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ebony Championship Wrestling. Welcome to the podcast where the square circle comes alive and we deep dive everything WWE from a diverse perspective. Gunther represents Raw in the King of the Ring tournament. New tag title #1 contenders. And we play this or that. The boys are here. Miz still can't keep a beat. And this is ECW. Let's get it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and wrestling fans across the globe. I am the Jackie Miles, your final host, and the reigning, defending ECW Undisputed Champion. Welcome to our screen, our resident tribal chief, Griff, a.k.a. Griff Nation. Follow Griff on Instagram at GriffNation84 and on X at CGriff84. Rounding out this chat room is the man of 44 holes, Mr. Dirt Sheets himself, Montay, a.k.a. Coach Montay. Follow him on Instagram at Coach Montay24. Behind the scenes, as always, explaining the ECW pyramid scheme to the interns and the advocate to the ECW Undisputed Champion, B Dix. Find him on Cash App at BDix989. Find us all on Instagram at Ebony Championship Wrestling and on X at Ebony Championship Rest. Gentlemen, welcome, boys. How we feeling tonight? Coach, let's start with you, my boy. How's everything going?
I feeling great, feeling good, man. It's blessed, man. Like I said, a lot going on, a lot for the positive, and what I mean is purely blessings. Say good family stuff, and I'll let you talk about that. But transition and life changes. But yeah, just couldn't be more happy to get some news. And like I said, I'll let you talk about it. But yeah, just extremely blessed, man. To share this platform with you brothers as always, family as well. Everybody's good. Getting ready to head into the summer. That summer craze, work, and family life. Niece running you ragged and crazy. But what else is new? But yeah,
Yep.
but once again, the escape is getting in front of the WWE wrestling tube and checking it out. It's been nothing but amazing. Like I've really enjoyed this King of the Ring tournament because it's the first year that I've actually watched it. Obviously we have to watch it because of the show, but yeah, but I'm actually like, wow, this is what I've missed over the years. But seeing the competition, but yeah, it's been nothing. It's been nothing short of amazing. To break it down and top it up, a lot of outcomes and stuff that's going on that we need to, some eyebrow raising stuff that we got to kind of chat about for sure. So can't wait to get it in with y'all tonight, man. Good to see y'all. What's up, Griff?
Griff, what's going on, my boy? How's everything?
Hey, everything's good, man. This is we in that season. It's graduation season.
Mhm.
Shout out to two of my cousins, actually three. Two this week and one the following week. Gonna be loaded with graduations and open houses coming up here. We at that time, and when you're dealing with family and dealing with a bunch of women, in that piece, man, it's a lot that goes on. So Griff try to stay out the way, stay busy as possible. But man, it was a great week of NBA playoff basketball as well too. Shout out to the T Woods, to my boy Ant-Man, who told the Denver staff, he was like, we going to see y'all MFers back in Game 7, so go ahead and punch in and enjoy Game 6 from the crib, and they did. So, but yeah, on the wrestling circuit, y'all, this King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring tournament, definitely, man, is something like Coach just alluded to, man, something we ain't seen in a minute, man. This is like a great King of the Ring tournament. I've seen it in a long time. So I'm definitely excited to get on this and dive in and, answer some questions and discuss, and wherever's we throwing out today, man. I'm excited for it, man. And I'm just happy to see you guys here. And Jackie, safe travels back to you, man. And wherever it is you got, I know it's something good I feel in my spirit. So I'm going to go ahead and get my congratulations out to you wherever it is. And whenever you share that news, wherever it is, congratulations.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I appreciate the congratulations. I won't reveal everything just yet. But as Coach stated, new beginnings, and we're gonna move on from a few things in life, and I'll leave it at that. But in due time, you know, when the time is right, I'll go ahead and make that announcement. But yes, got some good news this week, and as the boys stated, some new beginnings, and I am indeed excited. So we'll see what happens next.
Hope to be
But
right
as you
behind
guys,
No, no doubt about it.
hope
No
so,
doubt
my
about
brother.
it.
Hope so. Please
Yes,
get on this
sir.
train, brother. Come on out of
Yes,
here.
sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Come on out of
yeah.
there. We try to get everybody out. You know, we gonna get Brian
Yes,
out too.
sir.
So you know what I'm saying. We try to get
Yes,
everybody
sir.
out.
Oh yeah,
But
wise man
Yep.
too, for sure.
Yep.
but boys, let's go ahead and jump in, man. I know that the King of the Ring topic is you know, on top of everybody's mind, but I want to go a different direction tonight and start in a different way, just to get your guys' thoughts, and then we'll get into the King of the Ring stuff as we go throughout the night. But in the wrestling climate that we're in today, my question to you guys, let's start this off. Do you believe in the face stick anymore? Let me give you some background. Does being a face make for boring TV now? Right? Aside from the anomaly that is Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins has kind of made his money on the fringe of being a face and a heel. We've discussed that before on the show. Io Sky and Damage Control have thrived as heels. They had the titles for a long time in this past year. Rhea Ripley and the Judgment Day, same thing on the opposite side. They're thriving as heels as well. Does being a face champion, make for boring TV?
I'm going to say, as of now, yes. And I think Roman had a lot to do with that on his heel run. You know what I'm saying? We all know what Roman went through to get to where he was at. You know, we were there with the whole FU chants and everything else that build up to that. And I think it made it to the point where with him, he kind of led in this direction and say, you know what? It's okay to be the bad guy. It's okay to get, you know, chanted at. It's okay to get cheered for. And right now we're swinging in that era where the bad guys are seemingly getting more cheerful than the faces are. Like, you know, everybody's striving to see the bad guy. They're waiting for that theme music to hit. They wait for that lighting to hit. They wait for the pyro to go off. They wait for them to get in that ring and cut that promo. And I think, you know, in my opinion, I think Roman and the bloodline from 2020 COVID and this running and saga journey on kind of helped open that door up a little bit more and swung in this direction that we're going. So to answer the question, Jackie, yeah, I actually believe it's more entertaining for the heels and the faces are more boring.
Coach, go ahead and jump in.
Yeah, the old adage, what they say in all the, you know, in the Marvel series and all the, you know, the DC Batman days, they're gonna love you long enough as a hero till you become the villain, and I think that's and really in these days now, I think it boils down to who's the talent itself. WWE, I think wrestling in general they're just having a problem right now. Period. Booking faces. All wrestling. It seems like it's a problem throughout all promotions, and that's just where obviously that's where the world is now. And what Griff said, everybody we love the bad guys. You know, they're making documentaries on heels, not faces. Think about it. We watched that great documentary in my living room down here a couple of years ago when WWE dropped it. Like, the bad guys heels. That's where the money is. I think the hybrid, to your question, Jackie, the hybrid, where you can go either way. That comes down to the talent. The guys the guys and gals who've been doing it in a while. I think if you are if you're an amateur, you're a beginner, you're really coming into your own, you're going to be cheesy. You're going to figure it out. And all of those wrestlers those stars that can do that had to go through those growing pains, but I think now you have to come in with a different mindset. You have to have an edge. If you're going to be a baby face, you still got to have that edge in you. You still have to, talk that ish, and you're seeing it in two examples. Because I know that's where you're going. I'm gonna pass it back to you. It's happening right now in front of our face with Cody, and it's happening. Believe it or not, it's going to happen again with Bailey. So that's I see it going that way again with her if they don't book it right. So to answer your question, it depends on who it is, the talent, obviously the level of talent, whoever that person is, if they can pull it off or not. Drew's great at it. Seth is great at it. You name all the people that are thriving in it. But for those people those stars who are on the fringe that are still figuring the shit out, it's gonna be tough sledding for him, and you're gonna get booked in the corner, and you're not gonna do well diving into the face roll. That's my take on
You
it.
know, you mentioned Bailey, and she wasn't even on my list for this conversation, but I'm glad you brought her up. Like, the people that were on my list were, of course,
Yeah.
Cody,
Yep.
Becky to an extent,
Becky,
and for
Mhm.
sure,
Yep.
Sami Zayn for me. And I'll be honest, like I know I'm hard on those three individuals when it comes to
Yeah.
their reigns right now, but it's like they're not saying or doing anything that gets me behind them, especially Becky Lynch. I'm not the Becky hater
Last.
in this conversation, but she has said nothing to get me excited about. Yeah, I know as coach. She has said nothing to get me excited about her. On the flip side, Liv Morgan has
Terrible.
said more that, you know, has made me wanted to get behind her. And so I have to ask this second question to follow up.
Mhm.
No, like, bloodline bias, right? Like, there's been
Mhm.
some great storyline around Roman Reigns. That's why I said he's the anomaly in this situation, because there's always a
Yep.
catalyst that changes where we go. It was
Yeah.
the Madison Square Garden situation that started the Monday Night Wars, right? John
mm-hmm.
Cena with his slap and the ruthless aggression. That's the catalyst that takes us to the next space.
Yeah.
So Roman is a part of that with the whole coming back at SummerSlam, right?
Mhm.
But I have to ask you, like, no bloodline bias, are we feeling what Cody is doing right now? Are we okay with the reign that he has so far? Are we behind this reign?
Absolutely not. And the night he finished the story, I was afraid of it, and we talked about it. What can they do next? Your story is finished, but can you keep the momentum? And so far, like they fumbled. Trips, they're gonna have to go back to the drawing board. I'm just totally not down with what's going on with him. The booking is weak. He's always been the politician. He's always been running for president, but the thing is that if he gets out of that suit, there's some edge in him. There's some toughness there, like and to the core. And Billy Ray said this. I'm just quoting him. That He said Cody Rhodes to his core is a heel. It's just a matter of who can pull it out of him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
that's his words. But no, I think no, Cody, they're doing terrible work with him right now, and I obviously we'll get that, when we talk about Logan here. But no, I'm totally not. I'm totally disappointed with where his reign is now.
Griff?
I feel a couple things. Number one, I was one of the ones earlier on that stated and I still stood on that Roman was going to retain. I think a lot of this because of the pivot and going off the fans this is where we are right now with this. And number two, you have all these different PLEs following up WrestleMania. So to me, you didn't have enough time to build a story or a storyline with someone. It was almost like you get the belt, you're going right in, right in, right in, right in, right in. But from
Mhm.
what Roman did and then going to Cody, that was a very, very big, tough task. That was a very tough task to win that belt. And then you go off and you send Roman on his way on this temporary or permanent leave for a minute. And then you got to defend his title that had all this momentum. And now, what do you do with his momentum? You know what I'm
Played it.
saying? Not what you do with the belt momentum, but what do you do with his momentum? So if I'm winning the
Right.
title off of someone, I got to carry that momentum to a higher height or make it better. Once I deflate that momentum, then it looks like, what was this worth for it, right? So,
Yeah.
I think with this title reign that he's on, it's almost like they're scrambling putting something together. Like I just alluded to last week, I didn't see Cody and Logan being in his main event this quick. I could have seen a SummerSlam situation since Logan was advertised later on, but now you rush that in there, and it's like, okay, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you
Yeah.
make a list of people, and next thing you know it, we might have Rey Mysterio in this situation. Who knows? But
Yeah.
no, I'm not feeling. I'm not feeling this title reign. But
Yeah. And I have one more thought to that, because
but
what I meant by fumbling the bag. It's not all on Cody anyway, because they should have had his next challenger waiting in the wings the night he wanted at Mania.
true.
And that's the part what I'm saying that they fumble. Like, yeah, to a degree, yeah, you're the champion. You can only, yeah, as long as he put on a great match. He's putting on bangers. He put on thankfully he put on a banger with AJ. But that should have been something else waiting in the wings. Like as soon as he won it, somebody, bringing instant heat, to get us invested. And I think that's where they missed it. to keep Cody hungry because right now, another thing, Jackie, we've been talking about faces, they can become complacent, too. So so I
Mm,
think that's
mm.
another thing that we might be seeing, like the complacency is there, because they're just not, and then obviously that's just a victim of booking. So yeah, any more thoughts on that, Jack?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. It seems like there's no legitimate threat to the title right now, and they're just kind of making it up as they go along.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we know what's waiting in the wings as far as like Roman coming back, Dwayne coming back. Like that conversation obviously needs to be had. But in the meantime, right now, you're not doing anything that's entertaining to me, and it's not bringing me back to a Cody Rhodes segment. Right? Like there were some
Mm-hmm.
memorable moments along the line of the bloodline that made you want to come back to watch every week. And that's why I
Right.
said a couple weeks ago, it's like the storyline has to continue on. It doesn't always have to be in the bloodline, but I think that just goes
Yes.
to speak to the effect that Roman Reigns actually had on what is the WWE product right now.
Yep.
You
Yep.
can tell that the creative minds that were behind that storyline are no longer involved in that storyline, and now it's up to Cody, and we're not getting that same level. So,
Agreed.
also not reaching the bar when it comes to his predecessor is Sami Zayn in my mind.
Oh.
He had a better promo this week. Griff,
Mhm.
maybe.
Sammy, I'm with you on this one. Sammy, even with the promo, I'm just not dealing with this underdog thing, because I'm more wrapped around where you were a year ago this time. Like, you were in this whole bloodline scenario, and when you came out of that, to me, you should have catapulted right off the bat, right? So now it's kind of like you went to this catapult, and then when you depart from KO, you start deflating back down again. You get what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
it just to me, I feel like this was just like a thrown in the lap situation, and you had someone else in the situation like a Gable who's been working and who have not had a title that needed to be catapulted. I think it should have been reversed with him having this IC title than Sami Zayn. I mean, the situation done to me.
Coach.
Yeah. Some guys are just better off as a chaser. I mean, I mentioned it last week, and it's, he would have been to Griff's point, that's what made me think about it. Keep Sammy as the chaser. If you're going to play that role, the underdog role,
Mm-hmm.
then keep the belt off of him.
Yeah.
To Wise Man's point there, get the belt off of him ASAP, because those are my exact sentiments as I was thinking about coming into the show. Like, I mean, yeah, it was a decent promo. You got you're defending it at a triple threat. So all right, we'll give you credit and a pat on the back. You're gonna go over there to Saudi Arabia. I'm sure y'all gonna put on a banger. That's great. But right now, that belt is clamoring for a heel, that's gonna keep heat on it. And there's no one better suited for it than Gable. It's written. It's his to lose. Like, they better put it on Gable this weekend, or I'm gonna be extremely upset for
I
sure.
don't think they're gonna put it on Gable this weekend, but I do think that
Yeah.
not putting it on him is starting to make sense if
Hmm.
if him having the title, he needed to be a heel in order to do so. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel like we would be complaining about Gable not being a good champion right now if he was a face as the champion. I feel like he would just like substitute him in for Sami Zayn. I feel like we would
Right.
be complaining. But I feel like we're going to get a better title reign out of Gable because he's turning heel right now. So when the
Yep.
time does come and he does beat Sami Zayn, I don't think it's going to be this weekend, but when he does beat Sami
No.
Zayn, it's going to feel better because now, like, we actually got a good story behind it. We got a good there's some good writing behind it. There's some good creative behind it, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
because he bringing
Mm-hmm.
Otis with him. He bringing Otis with him to feud.
You think Otis is coming,
So
or is he
that's
gonna pick
coming
up
too. So
Diamond Mine or Creed Brothers? Ugh. Give me Diamond Mine back.
Oh,
oh yeah,
I would like to see Creed
Creed.
brothers.
Creed's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you got to have
have them
somebody.
boys go heel.
Because when Maxine tried to go find her footing somewhere else,
Take her
then
with you,
Cesaro goes
please.
back to NXT, or NXT or
Oh,
cater, yeah, or catering.
oh,
Then
Yeah.
those are the perfect.
Happy
And
trails
y'all
to
noticed last
Tozawa.
night hey, it's perfect. Y'all know, hey, this is perfect Kurt Angle 2.0. Did y'all hear they had the "You Sucks" chants coming back
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
with Chad's
Wow.
That's
music.
how you know he
So
made it.
that's
We
coming.
about to get Perk Gable
Yep.
out of this mug. We about to get Perk Gable. It's about to be great.
Yep.
It's about to be great. Griff, go ahead. You had a
Hey,
thought.
I just thought about this as Coach was talking. It could be a possibility that the Creeds can join and replace Otis with Chad, and then this can also, because they're already tag team partners, this can also flip into a story that Ivy turns on Maxine, and Maxine get kicked out, and then that could be a whole new reincarnation of that group.
I like what you're thinking from a fantasy booking standpoint, but I have to ask you this because I'm gonna say it later, but Maxine is getting better in the ring because she's with Gable. And like her look is getting better, like she's getting faster in the ring, like because she's with Gable. So I, from a like fan standpoint, want them to keep her with him so that she can continue to get better. You know what I'm saying? So like bring her and Ivy together because they're a tag team already. You know what I'm saying? So like I love the turn that you got going on, but bring them together first before
It
we
don't have to happen right away.
Yeah, bring them together
I
before we
mean, they
turn.
could give it to us while we enjoying this now, but I mean, I'm just saying later on it can come to that point. Not right now because of what you said. Like, okay, she's stepping her game up. She was looking good on Monday. I mean, of course she was looking good. But you know, it wasn't. I was just thinking, like, man, you know what? They're tag partners. Somewhere down the line, that could be a flip. You know, down the road. But now I won't speak as far as like right now, right away.
No, I got you.
Are we turning them heel as well? You know, since we talking about faces in the heel.
Oh,
yes.
Okay,
Let's go.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's crazy how, and this is kind of the conversation that we're having tonight. It's crazy how much a heel prospers more than a face in this business, whereas like the face should always win, and the face, you know, like the superhero situation that Vince wanted from the very beginning, right? The superhero always wins. Well, not in today's society. Wow, those are hard words. So things are changing. You know what I'm saying? Things are changing.
But you know, Jackie, I wanted to say this too, and I didn't allude to this last week. The King of the Ring tournament has always been based on the heels PLE. The heels getting the catapult. I mean, there was only, out of, I think, 13 King of the Rings, there was only 4 faces that won. Bret Hart, Edge, Xavier Woods, and Ken Shamrock. The rest were heels. Like, it's a heel pay-per-view. Stone Cold was a heel. Triple H was a heel.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Owen Hart was a heel. King Mabel was a heel. King Booker was a heel. Sheamus was a heel. So this is literally a predecessor for a heel pay-per-view. Even my girl Queen Zelina was a heel.
Xavier Woods did win.
Roman.
That was Roman.
That was Roman.
Xavier Woods did
Wise Man
win.
told me that. Wise Man put that in the chat. I said that a few episodes ago, and I totally forgot about that Roman angle was in there because I just saw Xavier was floating around with his crown. So Roman came and got it stumped out.
But let's go to the King of the Ring, man. We're already here, so let's go ahead and jump into the conversation around the King of the Ring tournament, which has produced some great matches, some great wrestling matches. Gunther advances, and now we'll get the winner of Tama Tonga and Randy Orton. And let's start on the SmackDown side, and then we'll come over to the Raw side. But Randy Orton and Carmelo Hayes tear the house down Friday night. Did we get to see this match?
Oh yeah, it's everything that I wanted because I mentioned it in my final thought last week. You know, keep boosting him up. You know, Melo's in prime position, man. He looks so comfortable. He's talking his ish, like he's being Melo. Like I'm feeling, like I said, we're talking about facing the heels. He gonna be one for a while.
Yeah.
You know, keep him in his keep him in his comfort zone. For him to rub elbows with main event talent, you know, this quick. I mean, hey, you know, win or lose, like I said, he's still coming out, you know, looking strong. And for him and Randy, it was physical. It was, you know, they both, you know, showed their strengths. But hey, that solid RKO, obviously, you know, that's what Randy do. Highlight of the match. But I was just focused on Melo the whole time because I knew the outcome of the match. And yeah, Wise Man, I did think about he gonna lick that hand and he gonna slap the shit out of that ball and that ball in. So yeah, but like I said, that's just the point that I'm making about him being comfortable, in his heel role, and it seems like he's having fun. He's had a match with Cody. He's had a match with Randy. Like it's gonna be a matter of time before he gonna get a strap. And this time let's send. Hey, we say it all the time. Let's send him to the moon, but let's do it right this time,
I'm
and
with
not
it.
rush it.
Griff.
Couple things. A couple things I'm gonna say about that match. It takes a lot to main event a match with Randy Orton, especially when you're new and caught up. But one thing I do want to allude to Carmelo's end, to be a very trusted prospect. Let's keep in mind Carmelo is like one of the ones that trained with Cody when Cody was always pec injury. Trained with Orton when Orton. So he already built and knew their style and built that chemistry and was a sponge and a student of the game. It was just a matter of when you get to that main event spotlight or that main roster that he will see them and face them. And I think that was just kind of great. Like we 1 month in from the draft, and you're already in the main event with the champion and Randy Orton, despite the loss, man. Like it's something cooking with Melo in his heel run because it's something going to be told that he's going to get to the point like, okay, I'm tired of losing. Something got to shake. Something got to happen. We don't know what that is now, but I'm just liking how he's being trusted and he's being in these main event profile spots right off the bat, man. And it's just a matter of time that when he start picking up the wins, he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
No
Yeah, he
doubt.
like that little cousin that's gonna tell you he's good all the time, and then sure enough,
That's true.
brother
He'll
can
snap
ball.
one day. Yeah.
Come to find out, nigga wasn't lying.
Yeah.
He that dude at the park though that's always talking like, hey,
Always,
and
like
he
constantly
getting
chirping.
better, and he getting better each game. Yep, he getting
And it's
better
like,
every
damn,
game. Hey,
this guy's gonna be good.
we didn't play with cats like that. We didn't play with.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
rate the RKO. Out of 10, I'm gonna give it a solid 8. I'm gonna give it a solid 8 because I think it could get better, but it's definitely up there in the tops for sure. Amongst the Seth Rollins and the I can't remember my man's name. What was his name? That did the like
JD
shooting.
McDonough.
Nah. Oh, JD. JD's was
Evan
great.
Bourne.
Yeah, Evan Bourne. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Evan
There you
Bourne.
go. There you go. That's
right.
what I'm thinking of.
That's
so
right.
it's definitely up there with those. I forgot about JD
Evan
McDonough.
Bourne one. I forgot. I didn't see that one, or I gotta go back and look at.
He did like a moonsault, but that's when he first started catching on. Man, shooting star press. Shooting star.
Man, all right, I gotta go back and check
perfect.
that one out.
Yeah, that one's perfect. Yep, that one's perfect. Okay, and then on the other side, on the SmackDown side. Oh, I'm sorry. Go back to stay with SmackDown. I'm sorry. Tonga beats LA Knight, and I can't bypass that because, first of all, do we believe in this bloodline, gentlemen? This is not our bloodline?
Nah,
this is a whole different bloodline, bro.
Imposters.
These them other cousins.
The other cousins.
Yeah, this
some other cousins.
Like, red blazer with the gloves on, like
I thought it was sharp.
Yeah, it's coming, bro.
He got a new haircut.
Bro.
He said, "Hey, he got a new haircut. I'm taking over. I like this fit. I'm like, and Wise man, it is tailored. It is tailored.
It is tailored. Yep. I will say, B gave him his props.
Okay,
He did text me and say, I'm only entertained because his suit is tailored this week. So yeah.
His jacket. Yeah.
He did. He listened. He heard what you said.
Yeah. They feel like to keep it real, they feel like placeholders.
Ooh.
I'm just keeping it funky. I think the magic that the Usos and Roman and Paul, even Sammy, the magic that they made for those 2 years, almost 2 years, in that storyline. It ain't. These guys are placeholding until either War Games. Well, obviously Jacob has to come in the mix at some point, right? So we got one more coming. So if they can hold, I think they're just
that's gonna be at this year,
right? But they have Can Tamatonga talk? Because he did this Beavis and Butthead shit, and I don't.
Oh, I was with
y'all
it
heard
though.
that? Yeah,
I was like, this guy's in.
I
This
hated
guy's
that,
locked
bro. I
in.
absolutely hated.
That got me.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. Okay. I was all right. I didn't. I mean, hey. I mean to say,
If you
don't
like it,
do
you
that.
don't like it, bro.
Don't. I mean, I'm saying, all right. Like your daddy though. Haku didn't say nothing, and he was a killer. So I mean, like, you know, you gotta. Okay, either they not gonna say nothing to be savage or what, but at the same time, they got to have a presence. Tama, he can work, but I'm just, it still feels, it ain't the same. It ain't the same.
Griff?
Yeah, you think, Griff?
Tama can talk, so let's clarify that he
Okay,
can
all
really
right.
talk. This is, bro. It's just it's Samoan culture, so
Okay, all
that's
right,
a
all right.
whole
I gotta
nother.
get.
That's another historic research,
It
but
scared
it's a
the shit
Samoan
out of me.
thing.
Scared the shit out of me. I was like, what was that? I'm like,
I was
all
with
right.
I can't see the place holding. I think they're just taking their time. Like with this whole faction thing. And I know everybody on the internet is saying the Usos and Roman. Like, we don't know why Jay is out right now. Jay could be injured and healing up wounds. We know Roman's gonna be off for a minute. We don't know no timetable on that.
You mean Jimmy?
Jimmy, yeah. Oh, my bad. Yeah, and I got a shirt on today too, so no ye.
We gotta call you, man.
But
I'll call you out on that one here soon, bro.
Hey, it is what it is, man. Do what you gotta do. You know I love my Usos.
I know.
But with that being said, man, I don't think it's a placeholder. I just think they're just taking their time. Right now, the real bloodline attention is gone. You know, the Usos are gone. Roman is out. I think most of the attention now is basically on the women's division with Bianca and Jade, and also Cody with the belt, and Logan with the belt over there too. So these are more just like, okay, we're here. Don't forget about us. But we're gonna be cooking real soon. So I think they made their noise after Mania when they took Jimmy out. So we know that they're there, but I think it's gonna pick up maybe real sooner than we actually think. We just don't know when that time is coming.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I keep joking around with the NWO Wolfpack stuff, but I think that's real, and it has to come. It has to come around at some point because you have remnants of the original group, but you know it's not the original group. You know what I'm saying? And it's like at some point this has to rear its ugly head that we're the real bloodline, y'all aren't, or we become this super faction. There's only two options here. Either we have some infighting, or we become this super faction, which the WWE hasn't seen in a long time, right? Like over in Japan, the Bullet Club and all of that. Yeah, it's gonna be 20 dudes in the ring, right? WCW for sure, but WWE hasn't done that in quite some time. So I would love to see that, but it's not the original, and I would love to hear from you guys. What do you need in order for it to feel like Bloodline creative?
All right, Jack, let's look at the possibilities here. I'm going to go back in time when we had this conversation about how there's so many variables in this storyline, right? We still haven't seen Roman and Solo.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like yesterday, this week, like, Roman and Solo can be a patiently built to WrestleMania next year. We don't know that, right? I was just thinking that in my head. But if Jacob was if Jacob was inserted in this situation, who to say Jacob was going to can join Tama and Tonga and Solo? What if he joins Jay on that end and that keeps Roman out the equation, for a longer more time?
Damn, so Jay's still not doing it by
answer
himself? I'm sorry. Never mind. Go ahead. Never mind.
I mean,
This man's still not by
he
himself.
could be.
Go ahead.
Could be. But, I think that whole tear is going to come to an end, right, real soon,
Okay.
But that's just me. But the significance is I think it's so many variables that can happen into this. And with it being so many variables, it's to the point where, like, do you want to get a migraine thinking about what can happen and fantasy book this, or do you want to just sit back and say, man, you know what? Let's just slow burn this, slow cook it, because Jimmy is out, Jay's on the other side, Jacob still hasn't entered the equation, Roman's out doing this thing, Rock. Y'all know what I text y'all a couple weeks ago about them twins. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Nia Jax could be inserted in the situation because throwing up them ones at the Hall of Fame, that alluded to something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Tamina's not wrestling no more, but I was thinking, what if Tamina, just like she did the Usos debuted the Tonga Girl twins in the situation? Like, it's so many variables that could go into that, if I answer that question correctly.
Yeah. You good. Yeah. You
So
good,
you said
Coach?
what can make it more? What can make it? What you said? What can make it feel more bloodline creative?
Yeah, like Griff is saying,
compared to what they are now?
the addition of another member may, make it feel a little bit better. But like right now, we're saying that it doesn't feel bloodline, right? We're saying that it doesn't feel like the original group. And so what could they do with these three gentlemen, or adding more, that would make it feel more bloodline-esque?
Well, this was, I talked to my crew, the dirt sheet crew. This was actually a couple, a rumor that was out a few weeks ago, but they were saying that it was Solo really ready to step up to the plate to lead from a, promos, the talking standpoint, to really, really putting himself out there and asserting himself. Or can Jacob come in and outshine him? I don't know much about Jacob Fatu, but from what I have seen,
Sure.
the little highlights, they're saying that his personality shines a whole lot brighter than Solo, like to where he could outshine him once he joins. So I think maybe just injecting him, that I think Jacob is a missing piece to really get these guys over and to do more damage. Because from what I don't think Tangaloa is going to give you much, because I did hear he had some struggles over there in New Japan, and his resume isn't as strong as MFT. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think you get one more guy in there that puts him over the top. That get him shining brighter, talking more ish. Bring to make them feel like a legit stronger threat. They're already a threat, but I think in Jacob injecting in, my opinion, will get him over the top. But and
Okay.
then go from there. But I think, yeah, and if you don't, then Solo's got to step up regardless. But he already got Paul, feeling some kind of way, and he's in Paul's head, so that's a good start. Talking about, I talked to that fool Roman yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we talk every day. So that I like what they're doing with Paul, like messing with him a little bit for sure.
There has to be some more, Roman interaction in here. Either he has to come back, or to give this group some legitimacy is my thing, right? I know you guys are saying add an extra member, but adding Tangaloa, kind of like kept the needle right where it was. I don't know if it raised it as much as we thought it might. So I think there has to be some interaction with the previous members of this group. We saw them walking past Jay. Maybe that opens the door. Obviously, Jimmy has to come back at some point whenever he's done from injury, and they have to explain why they jumped him out the group. So I think there has to be some interaction with that group to legitimize the newer members. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of,
right.
Jay is on the Raw side and faced Gunther in a good match. But again, Jay does not go over. And so I got to ask you, Griff, I respect the crowd atmosphere, and that's why he is in the picture that he is in. I respect it 100%. But, bruh.
Hold on, wise man, because I know what you want to say, but let me get it out, because I was waiting for this question. All right, here we go. Now, I am going to admit to the camera and to the audience, on last show, I did have Jay going over that. I did, and I had my reasons why. But I also said if Gunther goes over, I will not be disappointed, because King of the Ring is more of a heel base, catapulting the heel, right? But what really told me that Gunther was going to win this match was that chop that laid Jay out. And I said, he's not coming back from that. Like, there's no way he's not coming. It was a great match all the way through. But towards the end, when he chopped him, and it looked like Jay literally lost his breath and fell, like, dog, your chop hurt, bro. That's when I knew, like, we ain't doing no yeeting in Saudi Arabia. We had that chance in Leon last month. We ain't yeeting in Saudi Arabia this week, bro.
I don't think Scotty's gonna do this one.
You ain't making. Yeah,
I purposely, because I thought we had the show last night, because I was like, they finna get me. I know they finna get me, and I waited to get on the show because I didn't want to text. I'm like, dog, but it wasn't the first chop. He chopped it like 2 or 3 other times. I was like, Lord, all right, Jay, just
Coach,
sit back with your son, bro. And
Coach, I'm gonna come to you in a second, but I have to ask Griff another question. I have to ask Griff another question. And like I'm saying,
there we go.
I am understanding of the situation. I'm understanding of the Yeet situation and how he can move the crowd and how he can sell merch and get the people in the seats and do the thing. But why haven't they trust him to go over yet?
Good question.
I don't think it should be the trust. I think why he can't get over Gunther. That should be the question. Why he can't get over Gunther. He done came back on everybody else, but why he couldn't get over?
Don't escape.
No, I'm not escaping it.
He's not escaping. He lost to J not JD, but Judgment Day. Bisexual Undertaker.
Priest.
Well, of course. I mean,
I was messing with Griff. I was just messing with you because I understood why Jackie asked that question. Because go ahead.
But yeah,
Griff,
let him answer the question.
No, I don't count Priest because not only was that interference, but I can't count Priest if you can't get over Gunther. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you can have title match after title match and lose no matter what interference coming away, but until you get over the hump over Gunther, then that's the main thing. Gunther done beat this man 3 or 4 times over the last 3 months on Raw in the main event spot, and then Jimmy interfered in one of them. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is, how do we get over Gunther? I think he's over everything else, but until he gets over Gunther and beats Gunther fair and square, I don't see no title around his waist.
Come back to the question.
I just answered it.
The question is not from an in-ring standpoint. The question is from a behind-the-scenes standpoint. I understand that he can move the crowd, and I understand, I get that. But why haven't they put him over anyone yet? You know what I'm saying? Like with all of the hype that he is getting, you would think like give this man a title or let him win a few matches. Like let's be real. The last few matches he hasn't gone over very much. And so why don't to Brian's question, why don't they book him to actually win a match? You get what I'm saying? Like the in-ring stuff, fine, whatever. We can argue about that. That's separate. But from behind the scenes, from a booking standpoint, why don't they book him to win?
Could be timing. Maybe it could not be his time right now. What's in the way and who's in front? And I think if you really like, we talked about this last week, but now we're coming back to it today. If you really ask the question, or we was in that booking room, who will be more over between a Gunther and a Jay? They're going to pick. The book is going to put Gunther over Jay, and I think because that Gunther's in that way, yeah, you can move the crowd, but I don't think it's a trust. I think it's more. It's not time. To get him over?
Would you do the inverse? Yet. Would you do the inverse then? Would you put Jay over Gunther if you had the pin?
You said if I had the pin to book it, I had Jay go over Gunther.
If you are the guy that is booking the show, and you got the King of the Ring tournament happening, and on one half of the tournament, you got Gunther versus Jay in the same state that they are in today. Are you putting Jay over Gunther?
As of now, no.
What do you
Let me
mean
let me
as
But if
of
you
now?
ask me, but if you would ask me this last week, my answer would have been different. Because I stated why. Because, okay, my thing last week was you have Tom in this situation. I'm looking at it from that story angle.
Okay.
Now, a week later, when we hear, you think about the whole King of the Ring tournament, how it's set. The King of the Ring is all about catapulting that next heel. Jay is not a heel, and he's already over with the crowd, but you need that heel that's going to go over because the heels are the more popular faces today, if that makes sense. Kind of what we talked about earlier today. And right now, in this whole situation, even with Tom in this situation, Gunther is the bigger, more over heel than anybody in this that's left in the tournament now.
If I can interject, I think, and Jackie, me and you found this out at the house the other day, on Sunday before you took off. When we saw the video, we do our research. There's a lot of stuff, but when the facts are out there, Jay's push is solely based on money grab right now, and it's sad. It's solely based on money grab. Anytime you can be ahead of Roman in merch, like if you ahead of Cody, like okay, then they're doing something with that from the financial aspect. To answer you and Wise Man's question, Jackie, my gut is that I still don't think they trust his overall ability to carry a match. I'm talking in ring. I still don't think there's some little holes in his game to where that it's not polished yet. And that WrestleMania match just set it all for me. That set it all for for all of us, right?
Sure.
Yeah, when you fumble the bag on that stage with your brother, granted, yes, they could have been booked better. They could have gave y'all more room to cook that feud. Because we know all of the booking mistakes that happened in that match. But I think Triple H looking in Jay's eyes saying, "You making money." Like it's kind of sucks. It's more like Vince in this case. You bringing in money to this company, but at the end of the day, I still can't put your ass over yet until you can do something else beside a super kick. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just keeping it 100. Like you got to show me more. Y'all know, hey, I'm the man of 43 holes, right? Like y'all, let's get show me something different. Show me something different in the ring. I mean, other than your athletic ability, I know that's the Uso culture. What you and your brother were built from to come into this company. I get all of that, but it's gonna take a lot more than to than to really. You got to have more than that. You got to bring more of that to the table for them to put that trust in you. And I think that's just my gut.
I don't dislike Jay in the least. I think Jay is actually really good in the ring. I think I agree with you. He could be better in some spots, but I don't dislike Jay. I've been saying from the very beginning of this conversation we've been having, Griff, all I've been saying is win the match, period. I understand the Yeet stuff. I'm like, I said all of that is great. That's fine. But I also need you to win the match. And I've been ever since he got the main event, label. And I'm like, okay, is it just because he's in the main event or is it because he is the main event? And to me, there's a difference. And right now it is just because he is in the main event. I need you to win a match, period. That's it. And to me, Griff, I was with you. If he wins the King of the Ring, it makes sense. Like now we're pushing a guy, right? Like now we got something behind this guy. But you also have Gunther, and it's like that's hard to beat. And and I don't that's tough right now because in my head, next man up is Gunther. So I'm behind you with Jay. I just need him to win a match, and that's it. And I'll be a fan. And I don't mean to be a critic.
But could it be too that? And you gotta look at the Shield. Let's look at the Shield too. Before Ambrose, Roman, and Seth, they were tag teams. Could it be that when they separate a tag team and they try to push them to be a main event or single star, they have to give them more time to be adjusted to be a single star coming from a tag team? Because he really just went single the last 5-6 months. since breaking up, and he's been the tag team his whole career. I wonder
Nah,
if that could also be
you got to think about your
issue.
example. You got to think about your example there, bro. As soon as Seth Rollins hit Roman Reigns with that chair shot, bro, he immediately joined the corporation or whatever they was called at the time. He wins,
and they
then he
shot him to
wins
the
Money in the
moon.
Bank, right? Yeah, and
Yep.
he immediately shot up, and to like Roman and Dean Ambrose's points, they went on to win the United States and the Intercontinental titles, right? Like that's a hard sell there, bro. But like, so like. But to your point, if he comes out the gate and he's like that,
No, I wasn't comparing it.
No, I get you. You. But if he comes out the gate and he's like, and he goes into like the title picture and wins something, where we at now? Like that, this yeet is like, this yeet is huge, right? And it already is big. I'm not saying, I'm not hating on it, but like this skyrockets if we're doing it right out the gate. He has stumbled so many times in what is considered to be the main event picture. And it's like, how can we call this man, and I'm not hating again, main event Jay, if it's just being in the main event? I need him to win the main event, and then I'll give him the title.
Right.
He'd you say adjusting Jay Uso?
Wise man, this is hilarious tonight in the chat, y'all. Make sure we get all of these on the. Make sure we get all these on the show for sure.
All right, man. Last topic before we move on in the night. Fly Like a Bird gets a win and is now waiting on the winner of Bianca and Nia Jax. And I'm intrigued to see what happens on this side. I have to ask you guys, is Nia Jax the perfect first feud for Jade Cargill?
That's where it's going because it got kind of heated.
Yeah. Yeah. And I see more fireworks happening this Friday.
Remember the Rumble where it started?
Yeah,
right.
That is
right. And it's like this one fits.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
I'm going to say, I think, I'm going to say this first because of thoughts. I was happy with what happened on how they treated it with the. I'm going to start there. I was happy with the outcome of the DQ. Nia is better. Obviously, complete 180. She's putting in the work, but I'm just not ready yet to lead the match. To lead that match with her, with the inexperienced Jade. And I think, and they made the right call. Let them get physical. Accentuate all their, what they do best. Get outside the ring, let them brawl it out. I think for that particular match, it was the right call.
Sure.
That way, they both are protected.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody still looks good. And Nia's not yet ready to lead a match with Jade from that standpoint of, hey, can we put on a 20-minute classic? Not yet. So great call. But if they're going to continue to feed off of the heat, why? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Throw her in the fire. Let her. Hopefully she can get better. This might, like I said, to what I just said, it might challenge Nia to step it up. And get her and put her in a good situation. So, but from the when we just talking about it from the dollars and cents standpoint, it makes sense. Get her a good few. This is definitely gonna put asses in the seats for sure. So, I'm good.
Griff.
I'm glad Nia won the match, and I was glad of the outcome of the DQ. Could go back to last week about this whole murky bracket the SmackDown women's side got. You know what I'm saying? Like,
real fishy.
You can't bury Jay right now.
Nope.
And she just got in. She's a tag champion. She ain't had a tag team defense. How's this gonna look? So the DQ makes sense, talking trash to her daughter. Now we got a story here. You know what I'm saying? We got a good personal story finally going on here. And actually, I don't know who called it, but Nia may go over in this tournament. Honestly, coming out, I want her to come out. This ain't nothing against Jade. This ain't nothing against Bianca. I'm going to stand on what I said. Like the Black Girl Magic, it was great and phenomenal to see them do that. But we almost a month in from Leon. We still haven't had a title defense
Not
yet.
one
You know what I'm
title
saying?
defense.
We had not one title defense, and yet we got them in the Queen of the Ring. So, you know, and I feel like those are two other vacant spots that Indy Hartwell or who's my other girl that's over there? I can't think right now. Could have had that spot and got some shine, you know, been catapulted. But hey, it is what it is. I got Nia winning this tournament again. I love Bianca, I love Jade, nothing against them. But you guys are they're tag team champions, and they need to focus on the two tough tasks that's coming up in their way soon. And Nia deserves to be here. She done came back. She done trimmed down her waist. She been talking. Yep. Man, she's a wholly different person, and she's well deserved in this moment.
Yeah, they definitely taught us to shut our asses up from the booking standpoint because they definitely figured out the whole bracket and did it the right way, and we're all pleased. So we'll definitely not question it. We'll just, you know, trust the writers, and we'll let y'all do what y'all do because we're getting a better product, and we got to start trusting it. But, you know, we still going to talk our shit. Whatever. Fuck y'all.
Bird woman. No, this was, and real talk, I was disappointed EO didn't go over. Like, I mean, I get it. You know, you want to with a new star, but that would have been fire to have a heel versus heel, you know, EO and Nia for it. You know, to Griff's point.
Would have been a great match for sure.
Yeah, heel queen of the ring, you know, so get the two heels to go, you know, shoot for it.
I don't know, man. The way they pushing Lyra, bro, it looks like Fly Like a Bird might be the queen, bro. I don't know. I'm not saying that's my prediction, but I'm just saying it might look that way, bro. Because the way Becky Lynch is talking and the way she be pumping her up, we're like, Bird game.
Right.
Yeah. And you got Miss Revenge over there lurking too.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
How we feeling about Liv Morgan, bro? We good with what she's doing?
I'm good with how she's looking.
She's fine. Okay. Yeah, she's fine.
Hey, I didn't know. Hey,
I'm saying, let's just start there.
I didn't know.
We don't need to say no more.
I didn't know if I was looking at Popeyes or Golden chicken thighs. Shout out to my girl Liv, man. But let's stay focused. Brady G. No.
You're right. But go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say no. I'm liking this because it's not being forced. It's not being rushed. It's taking its time, and she's slowly climbing to this heel. Here's the thing I learned and I noticed when it comes to heel. It's a difference between your walking and jogging towards that heel turn versus you are officially that heel. Liv is walking to the heel, but she hasn't went heel. What I mean by that is she hasn't had that moment where she took the chair and just went off, or she put someone's leg against the stairs and like injured them. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't really like say, okay, I'm officially healed. Like she slowly, it's almost like your battery loaded back to 100%. She's like at 80% getting to that 100% to heal. But I think this match with Becky is going to solidify her truly going heel. I don't see her getting over Becky this round because I think you need that one more loss to really go into this revenge tour and really come to this vengeful heel that is she's trying to slow cook and turn into. But I'm liking it because she's taking her time and not rushing into it.
Yeah, it is slow, and it's I think she's saying all the right things that are pushing her in that direction. And to your point, she's gonna have a moment that sparks it, and we all know what that will be. I don't know, her interaction with Rhea, we definitely would have gotten more from her, but now we're getting it with Becky, and it's like, ugh. But okay, we'll take it.
Yeah, that was a point where I fell asleep last night when she was talking, and then when Becky was talking, then I woke back up when Liv was. That's how the way that went.
I was not okay with that promo. That was a terrible promo. But all right. Anyway, man, let's wrap this thing up. Let's go on over to the lightning round, man, and let's get a few things off of our chest pretty quickly here. We're gonna put 2 minutes onto the clock, and we'll give the boys a topic, and y'all go ahead and say how you feel what you say what you mean, all those things. All right, here we go. 2 minutes on the clock, lightning round. Let's go. Braun Breaker is having a nice build here. Is it very entertaining? Coach, how you feel about Braun Breaker?
I'm extremely entertained. This is Brock Lesnar 2.0 when he broke into the business. Uncontrollable. You can't stop me. Set me up with somebody since you did put me in the King of the Ring, I'm gonna go ahead and kick ass throughout the roster. And then hey, set me up with a great feud after, and I'm ready to start my push. Hey, I'm on the Braun Breaker train for real. Let's get it.
Here we go. One of my favorites, Sonya Deville returns. Griff.
Man, welcome back, Sonya. I can't wait to see her back in the ring and see what this new role is. And she looking good and better than ever. I'm excited.
We already talked about Liv Morgan, so let's move on to Maxine Dupree. Is she figuring it out in the ring? I think so. I think Chad, like I said earlier, Chad Gable is definitely showing her some things, and she is definitely listening. Her look looks different, and it looks great, and she's starting to figure out on the mat as well.
Yeah.
Would you be mad at a Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark title reign? Let's do this a different way. Griff, you give me the positives. Coach, you give me the negatives of this title reign. Griff, go.
Well, this will be Shayna Baszler's 1 million tag team partner in her career the last 5 years since COVID. So I won't be mad at all. I mean, I think they're a great team. They're strong. They're physical. And that'd be something different. But I won't be mad at all at it.
Coach, negative?
You took my point, Griff. That's why it's a negative, because it's the 5 millionth partner. I'm just going to leave it at that. Shayna. Hey, at this point, let's go back to UFC. At this point, hey, they already merged together, but no, they got to figure it out. Poor Zoe, after she ain't been the same since Trish left. So, we're gonna have to figure it out with these two ladies. But hey, if they trying to find light in the bottle with them together, hey, good luck. We're gonna cross our fingers.
Isn't she a tag team down on NXT too?
Shayna?
Oh,
they ended
okay.
Tonight.
That was
okay.
They ended tonight. I'll let y'all watch it.
Okay.
All right.
If you ain't see it.
Last but not least, Kaiser of Imperium. Is he gonna be a star, Coach?
He is a star, yes, and he's gonna start out with Sheamus. You can even tell there is a confidence, there's a look. He has a look. Now, he's always had the look, but he's ready to bring his brand. I think he needs to hold on a little bit longer, obviously with Gunther. But yeah, it's Sheamus, and then at the end of the day, you're gonna have to go through Gunther. That's obviously way down the road, but it's a star for sure, starting to make.
Definitely something to look forward to. But while he is doing his thing in Imperium right now, I think I agree with you. I think he's definitely going to shoot up the ranks, especially going up against Sheamus first. So we'll see what comes of that. Coming up this weekend is the King of the Ring PLE in Saudi Arabia. And I think that starts at 1 o'clock here in the States. Is that what it is? 1 p.m. Okay.
Yep.
I think we're going to miss that one, B. I think we're going to be a little preoccupied that day. But we'll catch it later on that evening.
Yeah.
We'll watch it then. All right. So let's go ahead and give some predictions as we go move forward with this. And as we go match by match, just give me your quick thoughts. And we've spoken pretty much on everyone here, pretty much. So go ahead and give your quick predictions and your quick thoughts, and then we'll go move on. Let's start with Sami Zayn in a triple threat match against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed. Coach, go with you.
All right, I'm going with Sami. Sad to say, but Sami Zayn going over there and once again setting obstacles. Look for Otis to impact this match. Probably helping. The other night he helped out. The last night he helped out Sammy. I mean, Chad. But now look for him to probably help out Sammy and get it done.
Great.
Sammy comes to Sammy.
Wow, I'm gonna go with I hate to say, but Sammy's gonna retain this week.
Yeah, I'm not with it either, but unfortunately, I understand the booking. Yeah, Sami Zayn goes over much to our chagrin. Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. Griff, where you going with this one?
Ooh.
Man, I just knew it to this, man. I ain't gonna lie, this was kind of tough, but I don't see Liv winning yet this week, so I think Becky's gonna go over on this one.
Coach?
Yeah, give this to Becky. I think Griff, you said that you haven't seen her go savage. Yeah, remember when she did that loony that when she was on her Looney stuff maybe a couple years ago. Like she showed that she can get crazy. So it's there. It's just maybe I think you're right. Maybe one more loss can get her there. But I would love to see that crazy with her persona that she's got going now.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet for her to carry the title, but we're getting close. So Becky Lynch goes over, but I do think this match is interrupted by someone. I just don't know who yet. I don't think this is a clean finish, and if it is, I'm really upset if it goes to Becky Lynch. Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul in what should have been title for title is now just for Cody's title. And would love to get your thoughts here, gents. Coach, go ahead. You're exhausted.
I had honest thoughts on that because we obviously had we didn't miss it in the recap session, but yeah, Cody, all of this is garbage. All of this is garbage booking. I'm going to go with Cody in this case, but man, like I get it, Saudi Arabia, y'all need a match, but this could have waited. Y'all could have waited. This is one we could have waited for. If Cody was going to go over there, if they really needed the champion to come over there, he could have cut a promo, and then maybe Logan could have interfered then. Like they could have started the feud then, like to get some heat. They did this all ass backwards. My thoughts.
Yeah. Griff?
For the booking, I'm going definitely with Cody to go over and maintain. Although I have Logan on my fantasy, unfortunately, I'm not going to get the points for this match.
You ain't get no points? Kiss them points goodbye, brother.
Yep. Peace. Hey, you remember how Will Smith was in that spaceship on Independence Day? Peace.
Yeah, bro, I'd be dumb to go against the grain here, and Brian put it in the chat before I even said it. Yeah, I'm going with Cody on this one. So thanks, B.
Everybody know where this is going.
The Queen of the Ring tournament. We don't know who the final two from SmackDown side is yet. But by the time this comes out, we will know. So go ahead and give your prediction on who you think will come out of the last three of those young ladies. Coach?
I got Nia going over on Bianca because she's obviously selling the hurt route because you got to protect Bianca. You know, you can't make her look weak. So that's why she's been playing the knee thing. So Nia will take advantage of that. And then you got then you'll have Nia versus Bird Woman, right? Yep. And I got Nia as your I got Nia going over as the Queen of the Ring. She needs it. She needs it for her career.
I'm in my Charles Barkley voice. I'm going with Nia Jax. I guarantee. There's no way my girl Lyra gonna come up this quick and win this Queen of the Ring against Nia. No.
I gotta be honest. Yeah, I don't think she has a chance with no matter who comes out of SmackDown.
Who comes out?
Because if Bianca does skirt by Nia Jax, she may beat the hell out of Bird Gang. So, hey,
you know how I think that finish gonna happen, Jackie. I think Bianca gonna try to go for that KOD, that leg gonna give out, and Nia gonna sit and squash her. I think that might be the finish.
I'm good with that. I'll take that. Yeah. I'll live with that. And then King of the Ring. Obviously, we don't know the matchup between Tama Tonga and Randy Orton yet. But between those two and Gunther, who is your King of the Ring? Griff.
I feel like Randy Orton is going to win against Tama, but I think Gunther is going to be the King of the Ring because I don't see Randy don't need this. So Gunther needs this more than anybody. So I got Gunther being the King of the Ring.
Coach?
I got Randy going over maybe with some help against the Bloodline Boys against Tama MFT. So I think Randy's going to need some help to get through that Bloodline deal, and then have the classic heel and face. Hey, you know, a great match, Randy and Gunther, and I got Gunther being your King of the Ring.
SmackDown did a great job of booking their most popular storyline to finish in the in the King of the Ring tournament.
That's
But I
good.
think Randy Orton goes over just because the match between Randy Orton and Gunther in Saudi Arabia is a bigger ticket seller. So I think you get that match. And then obviously, like you guys have said, Gunther goes over because that just makes sense from a wrestling standpoint. So I agree with you guys there. So we'll see what happens this weekend, man. I'm intrigued. I'm ready to watch it, man. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting show.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Saudi Arabia show always is, but we'll see what happens. They're starting to book that show a little bit better. You know, it's not just Shawn Michaels and Kane and all of them coming back to destroy their reputation.
DX versus
Oh my goodness!
Terrible year, y'all. That 2017 through 19 was some dark days.
Shawn Michaels should have stayed retired, man.
So this helps me allude to our next segment as we finish up this show, and I'm excited for this because I got some good ones here for you guys. We're gonna play a game of this and that, and how this is going to work is I'm gonna give you guys two things to choose between. You guys give me a quick answer if you can, and if you got to give me your explanation around it, I totally understand. Go ahead and do so, because there are some intriguing thoughts in here that I would like to get. Obviously, there are some that you can just say right away, but there are some that are going to make you think a little bit. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go kind of quick with the first 5 because I think we all we can kind of do this without having to explain a lot of these things. Okay? All right, let's go. This or that, The Rock or Stone Cold? Griff?
This.
No, brother, say which one.
Say it.
The Rock or Stone Cold? Got it.
The Rock. Oh, my fault.
Whoa.
Coach?
Oh,
Coach?
man. For the culture, Stone Cold.
Interesting. Okay. John Cena or Randy Orton? Coach?
Oh, Randy Orton.
Interesting. Griff?
I asked what Randy Orton, because we talking about bald Randy Orton all day long.
John Cena or Randy Orton?
Randy Orton.
Got it. Got it. Make you think a little bit more on this one. Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart? Griff?
Oh,
Shawn.
Ooh.
Man. The man of 45 holds.
Got it.
Yeah. Man, I'm going
with 44 to 45.
I keep increasing. Ah, man. Because Brett was they're both for dicks.
That's true.
With resume though, I gotta go. As much as I love the sharpshooter, once again for the culture, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, okay. Do you Generation X or NWO? Griff?
There's so many different NWOs and DXs. Like, which one?
Nah,
Do you
bro.
Generation X or NWO, brother? Come on.
Jesus. NWO.
Coach?
You already know I'm going NWO all day long.
Okay, here's a different one. Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins?
Roman.
Yeah, this was a good one. Man. I gotta go because they built him such a megastar in the run. I gotta go with Roman.
Interesting. I am actually picking Seth Rollins, but I totally understand why you guys are picking Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Okay,
Griff didn't go.
These are gonna be. Yeah, he did. He said Roman.
Yeah. He said Roman. Okay.
Yeah, he said Roman right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
All right, these are gonna be a little different. So these are not just wrestler or superstar versus superstar. Let's go. What's the better match, Hell in a Cell or Elimination Chamber?
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell all day long. That's what we grew up on.
I like the Elimination Chamber. Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression Era?
Attitude.
Attitude. Attitude.
Yeah, I still got to catch up on Ruthless Aggression. A different one here: Sasha Banks or Charlotte Flair.
Oh man,
the Queen, Charlotte.
Sorry, so with the work she doing right now,
it's
definitely
kind of
Charlotte.
tarnishing.
Definitely.
It's kind of tarnishing what she did. Yeah, I get it.
Remember we first met her at cricket? We like, oh, we fans for life.
I get it, Coach. I get it.
Poor CEO. But
yeah,
hey, that's
what
their
she's
problem
doing.
to figure out.
Right.
Yep.
I get it. Yeah, I'm Charlotte Flair too. Yep. Tables, ladders, and chairs match or just a regular steel cage match?
TLC.
Oh, TLC all day long.
The Shield or Evolution?
Ooh, you got me. Ooh.
That's a good one.
I'm going with Evolution.
I'm going with the Shield.
Okay. We're going to come back to that conversation at some point one day. I'll write that one down. Which era was worse, the PG era or the reality era?
Ooh.
We're no longer in the reality era. I hope you understand.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
PG, hands down. PG era sucks.
PG.
Okay. Another tough one when it comes to a faction, the Four Horsemen or the Hart Foundation?
I got this first group. It's easy. I'm old school all day long.
Yep, I know where you are.
I'm going with the Four Horsemen on this one. I had to think for a minute, but yeah, definitely the four.
Yeah, this one was easy for me for my hatred for Bret Hart and all things Hart Foundation. So that was cool. That was easy.
Hart Foundation is more talk, and Horsemen, they were more action.
Sure. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
For sure.
Which was a better rivalry? The Rock versus Stone Cold or Triple H versus Shawn Michaels?
Triple Shawn Michaels. That was part of Griff picks too.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I gotta say Rock and Stone Cold. And this is where we did get you, Griff. This one should have been, I think, number one on that particular.
This defined a nation, bro. Like this defined a generation for sure.
Generation.
And I'm with you, Coach. The Rock and Stone Cold, because I from a wrestling standpoint, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, yes.
Yeah.
But from a global everybody knows
culture,
what the hell
popularity.
This is. It's Rock and Stone Cold. The Monday Night Wars or the brand split era?
Oh man, Monday Night Wars is the best thing on TV.
I'm gonna go on Monday Night Wars.
It is a tough decision. It's not as easy as it seems because the brand split era, it produced some good wrestling on one side and some good sports entertainment on the other side. The better
people who
go ahead, Griff.
Oh no, I was gonna say with the brand split, I had to think for a second because a lot of folks that was in catering that didn't make the 2-hour shows when that brand split happened, they rise to the occasion. So I had to think for a minute, like, wait a minute, hey, this is a good one.
Without the brand split, do you really have Booker T doing what he did? Do you really have Kurt Angle doing? Well, I mean, Kurt Angle was Kurt Angle, but Rey Mysterio, he really shined on that, all that stuff. Eddie Guerrero,
Batista.
Yeah. So
that was brand split. WWE.
Yeah, I mean the Monday Night Wars was great, but from
it's wrestling.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
John Cena. Yeah.
All right, here we go. The better manager. Paul Heyman or Bobby Heenan?
Heyman.
Oh.
It's not as quick for me, Griff, but I understand. Go ahead, Coach.
Heyman.
It's not as quick.
They're the same guy. They're the same guy.
It's not as quick.
That's why it's tough. They're the same guy.
They are.
I think this might be this one. I think this is one we can park the bike here, Jackie, and talk about it.
The kickstand.
Go ahead.
Put the kicks.
Go ahead. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to defend.
I'm going with I'm going Heyman just off of pure entertainment.
Yep.
His mind. I'm talking the mind for the business.
Okay.
And what he, and starting but when aside from ECW, when you think about the work, and Griff, you probably can piggyback on this, the work that they've done in WWE. They managed different groups, different factions, different guys that were hot. I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, they had similar paths, as far as their WWE run.
Like I said, it's not as quick for me because when you think about from when you compare the manager and just manager only, I don't even think about the
other stuff that they did
creative
outside
and all of those things. I'm thinking about just manager. And I think about yes, Paul Heyman is probably one of the greatest minds and probably one of the greatest talkers of our generation. But when you think about Bobby Heenan, same thing, right? Like probably one of the greatest talkers of that generation, and
same
was
guy.
the person who pushed a lot of the guys that we knew from back in those days. So I understand, like, Griff, why you're saying it, and I get it, but it's not as fast for me. It's like I have to debate it in my head, really.
Yeah, no, that was a good one.
The better match, the Royal Rumble or the Money in the Bank ladder match?
I'm going with the Rumble.
I thought you might. Yeah, when I saw that question, I was like, yeah, that's Griff's gonna say the Rumble.
Ladder match or the Royal Rumble?
Money in the Bank ladder match or the Royal Rumble?
I'm going with the Royal Rumble.
Although like the Money in the Bank has lost its like pizzazz around the whole briefcase situation, like I really do like the ladder match, but I agree with you guys. The excitement of the Royal Rumble is a little bit more for me. So, here we go. The Battle Rivalry: Sasha Banks and Bayley in NXT, or Trish Stratus and Lita.
Oh man, think about it for a minute. Because it's not those two without those two. You see, you get where I'm thinking.
Yeah, I get that.
Not those, the pioneers.
Yeah, they can't do what they did if they didn't do what they did. Yep,
so
that situation.
I'm going with the pioneers.
Okay,
I'm going Trish.
I'm gonna have to go with the Pioneers on this one as well.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that one. Battle Rivalry: Daniel Bryan versus The Authority, Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan.
Oh, this is easy.
Bryan versus Authority.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was a whole PLE.
Yeah, man.
That was a whole
Daniel Bryan went through the fire. Daniel Bryan went through a lot of Goliaths.
You guys were in the building. That was when I was just clicking back in. So you guys were tapped in pretty hard during that time. So I do understand. Kofi Kingston meant a lot more to me because I was tapped in, a little differently.
That night when me and Griff went on Bourbon Street after that one.
Yeah,
bro.
Because we did 34 together. All us four did 34. But rewind that 4 years previous when me and Griff just did it that year. It was insane, and that was the night the streak ended. So there was a lot going on that night. And
you imagine everybody on Bourbon Street just chatting the whole weekend. The whole weekend.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was great. It was good to see though.
Okay. Yeah, you guys were, like I said, you guys were a little bit more tapped in than I was at the time, so I understand it. I think I know the answer to this one, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it anyway. The New Day or the Usos?
Usos.
Interesting. I don't think the Usos are the Usos if not for the New Day. I think so. I'm going to go with the New Day because I think the New Day opened the door to those tag teams being themselves. And I don't think I think you still get them Samoan brothers screaming on the ramp for quite some time if it wasn't for the New Day. So there I'm landing.
Before we move to the next question, could we all agree Hell in a Cell, the first ever WWE PLE at Little Caesars Arena, that kicked off with the Usos
and we was
and the
in
New
there,
Day.
and that was fire.
Was
we was in there.
Could we agree that was a turning point for both of them? Like,
both teams,
especially the Usos. That was the turning, like,
that was the turning
turn
point
quarter.
for us.
I
You're
knew-
right,
I
Brian.
knew
That was the
Brian
turning
was gonna
point for
say-
us.
Yeah.
Them
Yeah.
fire
Brian was
ass
gonna say something about the
nachos over at
nachos.
LGA. Little Caesars arenas. Y'all can't do
Hey,
anything
They
else
can't
right.
get nothing else right, but they didn't get
You
the
can't do
nachos right.
shit
The
else
na-
right. But them nachos are fire. We do appreciate those.
Pistons, Red Wings ain't
Yeah.
what they used to be. Yeah, they all jacked up. Hey,
Yeah.
Lions the
Should
only
have told
thing.
out of Joe.
The
They should
Lions
have
only
left the
thing.
Palace and the Joe.
Yep.
The Lions only
Leave
thing
them alone.
smoking. And yep.
All right. Last question, man. As we venture off into this next era that's getting ready to happen, and I want to get your predictions now before it gets started. Bianca Belair or Jade Cargill?
Oh,
Jesus.
oh, God, dog.
Oh.
I was
Hey,
proud
y'all.
of that one.
I gotta go with Bianca, man. Bianca. Because when Jay figures it out, I still got Bianca over Jay.
Okay.
When Jay figures it out.
I am going to go with Jade on this one.
That's surprising.
Because all those power moves Bianca used to get away with everybody else, she's going to come across someone that can finally kick out, and that's not going to phase. And I think Jade's going to be that one for her. So I got Jade in this one.
Okay.
I got one more this or that. I got one more, Jackie.
Go ahead.
This is the one I showed you the other day.
Yeah.
The one that defined wrestling, with the most defined wrestling moment in wrestling history. Hogan Bash at the Beach '96. The heel turn, or when Stone Cold says the 316 promo at the King of the Ring.
Hulk Hogan '96 all day.
Yeah, that one's you don't get one without the other again. Because again, the catalyst for wherever we're going, right?
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Hogan and if it wasn't for Nash and Hall going over and doing all of doing that storyline, we don't get Stone Cold needing to step up, right?
Yeah.
And Triple H is not even. I mean, Triple H is in that spot if Hall and Nash don't leave, right?
You know
what I'm saying? So again, you don't have one without the other. So,
but I'm definitely picking in the formation of the NWO.
Yeah,
for sure. Everybody on the same page.
But even Austin had went through a whole year and a half before he really got with McMahon and got to that title picture like this. The NWO, they literally changed a whole era and just said like, okay, we in this era, it's okay to come in here and do this. Cuss if you want to, come and smoke a joint. Like they changed the whole dynamic.
They weren't losing yet. That's the thing. Like WWE wasn't losing yet, and so it took a few weeks before they realized, like, oh, we actually got some competition. And the one thing that has driven WWE and the wrestling world, it has been competition. Every time the show has started to stink, some competition comes out of nowhere. To your point, Coach, Bash at the Beach happens. Now all of a sudden WWE has to wake up like, oh shoot, we actually have to give you a good product, right? The brand split, when that happened, SmackDown decided like we're gonna be the better show. Competition. Now here we go. Like now we're actually getting better products out of that. AEW coming along, and as much as we're like it's not our product. Like if we don't have AEW, we still getting Roman Reigns getting dog food poured on his head. So competition has driven this whole industry, and it's gonna get better. So
no doubt.
Let's get it on out of here, boys. This has been fun, man. I appreciate y'all on this and that, and got to hear your minds a little bit more. And let's go ahead and let the people know where they can find you. Griff, let the people know.
On IG, Griff Nation 84, and X, formerly known as Twitter, C Griff 84.
Coach, where can they find you?
All right. You can find me, it's at Coach Montay 24 on IG. We say it every week. We thank you. I mean, we couldn't be more grateful. We love doing this every week for the brotherhood, but more importantly, we love the support that you guys are giving us. So continue to hop in, check us out, hit that like button, subscribe, continue to support ECW, man. We appreciate it.
You can find me, Jackie Miles, on Instagram and Twitter at JackieMiles42. You can find B Dix on Cash App at BDix989. Find us all on Ebony Championship Wrestling on Instagram and Ebony Championship Rest on Twitter. And like Coach said, we appreciate all the love and support that y'all have shown. We just hope that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit the link so that you are notified every time that this that we get on here. This is Ebony Championship Wrestling signing off. And Coach, let them know.
We never tapping out.
We'll see y'all next time. Man. Have a
Good
good
night,
night.
y'all. Good night.
Peace.
Peace.